Mr. Wade here and Mrs. Crime. We are now here at a cemetery. I'm looking for 2 graves. But by the way, if you haven't already did it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and like button. A lot more come from Tombstone Whispers. But the reason why Mr. Wade is out here is because I'm looking for 2 graves. Both graves are victims of murders, not homicide, but murder. And hopefully Mr. Wade finds the actual graves, because I'm looking right now. There's 2 areas of the cemetery, and hopefully I find it. I'll put the name of the cemetery up here and everything else. But hey, Mr. Wade's looking. Gonna make a good story. So stay tuned. On May 27, 2005, a woman who shot her 2 daughters in an abandoned quarry and then led police to the bodies pleaded guilty to murder in Stevenson in a deal with prosecutors. This is to send her into prison for 63 years. Charlene Dorsey, 39, killed the girls 2 and 4 with a rifle last June in the Clifford-Pincock National Forest. Dorsey had stopped taking medication for paranoid schizophrenia and favored herbal remedies because of a concern of side effects her husband thought of. As you see, I'm still looking for 2 graves. I located 1 grave. That's on the other side of the cemetery. I assume it's over there, but there's a family over there grieving over a loved one. I didn't want to get in the way or make any noise, something like that, so I'm staying away from over there. So I know 1 headstone is over there. Not a fact, but almost a soft fact. But the other one has to be out here. So Mr. Wade is still looking. Stay tuned. Mr. Wade here. So, I'm now at one of the graves of the sad story that I'm going to tell you. Now, it's about 2 little girls. One little girl name is Jessica. Other one name is Brittany. The last name is Dorsey. Now, what happened to them is this. Around such a time, the mom of the 2 little girls called the sheriff department or the police department. They live in Vancouver, Washington. So we're out here near, a little bit past Battleground, almost near Ridgefield. So she called the police and stated that she murdered her 2 little girls about 30 miles out at a rock pit foundation. She told them where the bodies were at, and that's what she did. Of course, there's some deep psychotherapy, psychiatric help that the mom needs, but this is what she did. She murdered her 2 daughters. Now, I've been out here looking for the grave for a good maybe an hour. And of course, Mrs. Crime, she doesn't like going to these type of headstones of little children. But Mr. Wade, as Tombstone Whispers, I bring it to you. So we are now at the unfortunate grave of the 2 little girls. Now I'm holding back tears as it is, because I'm sad and it's deep, it's off the cliff deep of 2 sweet little girls. Now, Jessica Ann, she was born February 26, 2000, and she was unfortunately took off this earth on June 12, 2004. So was her sister. She was born November 4th, 2001. And I will put their ages up here if you can already figure that out. Just know that a mom will go that drastic to end lives of her 2 daughters. You know, it's unfortunate that I would say that, not that she should have took her own life, but if she had issues, check yourself in. Why take your daughters? and then feel so overthought guilty that she decided to go ahead and call the police and tell on yourself, because there's no way a human being can deal with that. Wow. So we are now at her grave, at their grave. I'm gonna give homage to her and her family and everyone else that's maybe watching this video. We are here at the unfortunate story of two little girls that was murdered by their mother. Stay tuned. So this is the headstone of the two little girls. It states Dorsey, Jessica Ann, February 26, 2000 to June 12, 2004. Brittany Nicole, November 4th, 2001 to June 12, 2004. It states Jessica and Brittany loved playing at parks. Twisting on the tire swing and going down the slide brought them great joy. Together they are now playing joyfully with other children in heaven. This is the headstone and the pictures of Brittany, photo of Jessica. Our next story, Alicia Ann McLeod made a decision to become a drug and alcohol counselor so that she could help others find success in their personal journeys. Sadly, her life was taken by someone who was not in the same place in healing and life as she was. Now, Mr. Wade, I'm on the other side of the cemetery looking for the second grave. Now, the first side that we saw the two little girls, unfortunate story, but we're looking for another unfortunate story, and hopefully I find her on this side. This is another side of the cemetery. It's not that big. Maybe I'm getting old and I can't see things right, but I'm gonna look. So stay tuned. We're looking for the next grave, unfortunate grave. Stay tuned. Unfortunate news, but great timing. I told you guys that I was looking for the grave of an unfortunate lady, and I found it. So you guys can applaud, because Mr. Wade's bad about finding graves. Now I'm gonna break it down on her story. Her story is, I'm gonna post her name up here because Mr. Wade's bad with names, but just know that she was a good person. Her mom, her friends loved her. She was a great humanitarian. She wanted to help out others. She actually got involved in being a drug counselor. And believe it or not, that's something that Mr. Wade was doing as well back in California. I was a drug counselor. I never had an addiction of drugs, but I thought of giving back. So I did that to give back to the community and see a change in people that were messed up on alcohol and drugs. So anyways, she wanted to become an alcoholic drug counselor, and she did that. She graduated from that school for that, and she was helping people. Now, the unfortunate side of things that she, I guess, found a place to stay, her and her girlfriend, and they found a room that was being given out by another guy that was in her program. So they ended up getting that place, getting that room. Now, her and her roommate lived together. I guess the guy rented out 2 rooms, but the guy, unfortunately, wasn't all there. Now, this is what happened. So the owner of the duplex or condo that rented out the 2 rooms, he at one point had an addiction problem. He at one point had problems with the law, with breaking the law, doing minor things, maybe some great things, but it wasn't covered. But some minor things. He had some tickets. He had some jail time here and there. But anyways, this guy one day, I don't know how long they were all living together. So the lady that got murdered that's here at the cemetery, her roommate went out shopping, put it that way. He's at the house thinking, I don't like this woman. I don't think nobody else like her. She's mean. He thought she was mean to everybody. Why? Because she's doing her job as being a counselor. You ain't got to be mean. You can be stern because you try to get them to get off their addiction. So he thought of her being mean. So he thought, if I was to do something to her, nobody's going to miss her because I won't. Right? This guy decided to take it upon his hands. From what he told the police after everything happened, he said that he was looking for a reason to do something to somebody. He wanted to kill somebody. So he chose her. He found a reason, he made up a reason, and that's what he did. So what he did was, he took a hammer from a shed or his toolbox, knocked on her bedroom door. She opened the door and says, "Yes, what's going on?" He says, "I have a gift for you." That's what he said. "I have a gift." "What's that?" He shows the hammer. She runs in. He chases her in the bedroom. So he continually to smash her face in and the top of her cranium in with this hammer. And then he took upon himself to take his foot and stomp on her chest, to crack her chest, stomped on her chest, stripped her clothes off. He's saying he did not rape the body, but he said that he might have touched on her and everything else while she was going through the problems of becoming a death, dying. So he covered her up with a sheet, a blanket, and left the room. Crazy, right? So this man leaves the room. The roommate, she comes home, knocks on her door, she didn't answer, goes in, discovers her dead underneath the blanket, calls the police, etc. Later on, this guy here, prior to this happening, he was in a hotel near the crime area, and he was found and arrested for walking around the lobby naked after masturbating in the lobby of the actual hotel. Same guy. So you know how the police work. When they arrest one, they arrest two. They arrested him and they arrested the roommate. They didn't know who did it. Of course, the roommate got let off, and the guy is actually, I got photos of him on here if I haven't already showed them. He actually took charges of that. He admitted to it. And yeah, this is an unfortunate story. So we're going to go pay some homage to her grave and give respect to her and her family and friends. Stay tuned. This is a beautiful headstone of Alicia Ann McLeod. February 14th, 1986 to March 1st, 2015. Beloved daughter, granddaughter, auntie, and sister, you are missed and loved always and forever. This is an unfortunate headstone of Alicia Ann McLeod. I hope you guys enjoyed this unfortunate story of both murder victims out here at the cemetery over here in Battleground, Washington. I'm Mr. Wade and
Mrs. Crime.
A lot more coming to you guys from Tombstone Whispers. Once again, we bring it to you.